radiofreebrooklyn.org.
All right, here we are. You guys hear me? Can you hear yourselves?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ooh.
I can hear myself and you.
And I can hear you.
I can hear you.
And we can hear each other.
Yes.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can see you. I can understand you.
Okay, I'm hearing that. I'm trying to take that in.
Can I know you?
As much as you can know another person, that's how open I am to you.
I can see that.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing that. Thank you for seeing me. I see that you're seeing me. Thank you.
I see that.
I can see it too.
I can see that there's one cucumber sandwich left, and I can see
there's a little tension in the room.
I'm very, very hungry.
I can see that you're hungry. I don't know if you can have seen this aspect of me. There's an aspect of me, is a dimension of me that is also hungry, that hasn't had enough, that came late to the picnic.
Tracy, can you see that Tom is hungry?
I'm trying to see it. He's trying to express it. At the same time, my hunger is blinding me to anyone's needs but my own.
So you can't, Tracy, you have a hunger that is blinding you to seeing others. And you know what? That's human. You know what else is human? Whoever made these cucumber sandwiches, my wife made them.
Oh boy.
And I wonder if that entitles me. I can't see the ethic or I'm not sure.
And I just, very quickly, I want you guys to see that
Byron.
I was the one that actually brought them from the kitchen to the table.
Byron brought the cucumber sandwiches from the kitchen to the table.
So in terms of priority,
you know what? I have to apologize because I think I missed your hunger. You also have a hunger.
you can see my hunger now.
And you brought up the tension before, and I had missed that. So I can't blame you, Tracy, for missing.
I'm basically fainting from hunger, but I see your hunger for approval.
You're swimming a little bit. Your vision is a little. Okay, Tracy, hold it together. I think, okay, Byron, I
can see we have to come to some kind of resolution.
We have to come to some kind of resolution. There were a lot of cucumber sandwiches. There's only one left. Maybe each of us we didn't capitalize. Tracy is unraveling slowly, and I can see that about you, Tracy.
I forfeit the sandwich as
Tracy offers herself as tribute, and I can see that, Tracy.
I do.
I see that.
That was really brave, Tracy. Thank you for doing that.
It's a brave thing you did. I can see your heart. I can see your courage. I can see your bravery. Byron, I can see that you saw.
Eat it with love.
I can see you stumbling a little bit.
Tracy is passing away.
Yeah.
Eat it with honor.
Tracy's passing away.
Wow. What a beautiful moment.
This is, I wanted to have all the family therapists in the area to have a convention, and we're going to have a death. But you know what? That's part of life.
I'm glad that you're dealing with it.
See? Very good. Wow, we talked about this and we made it happen.
The convention of family therapists.
I don't know. This is what happened. Welcome to No Suggestion, everybody. I'm your host, Rauch Pierre. No Suggestion, an improv comedy talk show. We have guest co-host with us tonight. Aaron Linker is back.
Hello. Thank you.
Bringing the love and the vibes. The first time you guest co-hosted was with Steph Mark.
Oh, even before that. Well, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were a guest before that, but you guest co-hosted with Steph Mark, which
the inimitable Steph Mark.
I will have to say, I didn't realize that was quite an experience. So
it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
A beautiful man. Right now we have in the studio with us, you already heard her wonderful voice. Our guest tonight is Jude Treder-Wolff.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
fellow improvisers.
Jude Treder-Wolff say the name of your company. I think it's such a great name, and I forgot
Life Stage.
Wonderful. I don't remember. I don't remember how I came across your account online, but I just started looking at your stuff, and I was like, I want to know this person's story. I want to know what's just for the way you presented everything, and how it was attached to improv, but also about storytelling. I feel like there's so much to tell. I don't know much. We really fought for about 30 minutes before the show, everybody, to make sure that we get all the juicy stuff on the air. So I want to hear all about it. Also, I want to start with this. Ralph means wolf.
Does it?
Yes.
We have something in common. Our
Something
names.
in common. Yeah, I love that. I'm fascinated by wolves. How do you feel about, is your name, is it hyphenated because of marriage?
It is hyphenated because of marriage.
Okay, so you married into Wolf or you're the wolf? I don't know how these work.
The Treder is my family name.
Great.
The Wolf is the married name.
Good.
And they go together now for quite some time.
Fantastic. You told us a second ago you married a Long Island boy.
Yes, I did. And I turned into a Long Island man.
Wow.
He was a man when I met him, everybody.
How long did that take?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask.
It's on Long Island, there's so many rituals and different kinds of events
Different
that no one knows
rituals.
about. But when I met him, fully grown man, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you live on Long Island. Now, how long have you been on Long Island?
I've lived on Long Island. This is really going back some. I've lived on Long Island since 1986.
Okay. Beautiful. Originally from, oh wow. So you came to New York. This is what I know so far. You came to New York, you had a life in New York, you met a Long Island boy, you fell in love, then you moved from Manhattan to Long Island. Did you live in Queens, somewhere in there?
I lived in all over Manhattan, actually. But my last place that I lived was on the Upper East Side, because I got my dream job on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And then I was without an apartment, long story, for months. And then through a roommate service, got an apartment on the Upper East Side that one entire paycheck went for my rent, and one half of my other paycheck went to my student loans.
Wow.
So I lived on the Upper East Side where my colleagues wore like $600 shoes, and I would take the bus down to 12th Street and then walk home East 74th Street just to have, because it was free. I was very poor.
Wow.
But I lived on the Upper East Side. It was very weird.
What brought you, did you study in New York?
No, yes and no. So I am a music therapist first. I became a music therapist in Wisconsin.
A music therapist?
Music therapist.
I have so many questions. Okay. Yeah. Music therapist.
So music therapy is using music to help people with whatever mental health or psychiatric or physical health issues they may have.
Okay.
So you
could get a little bit closer to the mic.
There's a lot of different threads that music therapy may go into. Stroke patients, a lot of people with various kinds of brain injuries. Music is the first. In fact, Medicare covers music therapy because it's so effective and helping people learn to speak again, move again, because of the way it operates in your brain. I was using music therapy. I was always specialized in mental health, in psychiatry, and working with people with depression, anxiety, but mostly post-traumatic stress and depression, using music to tell their story through songs or to relate through music, because, no matter what you've been through in your life, whatever horror show anybody's ever been through in their life, someone has written a song about it at some point in time. And if you can find that song, you can share something about yourself that you might not be able to speak about. Or if you can't find that song, then we would write that song together.
Wow.
So that was what my job was when I moved to the East Coast. And then I became a social worker after that, just to make more money.
Okay.
Because, social workers get the big bucks.
Oh, okay.
You know that. That's true.
Wow. Music therapy. Are you a musician?
I am.
Okay.
You have to be a full-on musician to be a music therapist.
Really?
It's a degree in music, and then it has another additional year, but all the while you're taking classes in psychology and so on. It's a specialization.
There's so many layers here to this story that we'll get into. Okay, what kind of musician were you? Were you a singer? Did you play an instrument or?
Well, this is current. I still am.
Yes. Okay. Are you?
But I'm a piano player since I was 6 years old. I majored in voice. So when you're a music major, you have to have a major an instrument that's your main instrument. So my main instrument was voice, guitar, and piano. Because I wanted to use singing. That was my primary means of communication was singing.
Okay.
I wouldn't be good at playing, teaching people like the violin or other ways that people use music therapy, use teaching instruments and things like that. What I was good at is singing. I was good with connecting with lyrics and music. And, you need a guitar to walk into a room and just start singing with people.
Wow.
So I got guitar skills pretty young.
So you're like some of your. Would you talk us through like some of your? Are you still working in this field in music therapy?
I use music, but not officially like I used to. I mean, when I would work as a music therapist, it was generally in groups, in hospitals. Mm-hmm. But then when I went into private practice, I would create these groups. But I'll give you an example from my private practice, which is maybe more fun, although sad. For example, I'm working with a young woman. This is years ago, so I'm not revealing any secrets about people. But I was working with a young woman.
Looked concerned, but
yes,
it's okay.
You guys
uncovering my ears.
Yeah.
Confidentiality, everybody. Yeah. Hey, this is a radio show.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. No.
Yes. Years ago.
So it was many years ago, and I'm disguising details. But a person had been through a trauma, and this person was about 13, and she didn't want to talk about it. Her parents wanted her to come to see me. She did not want to come and see me. This is typically when I would use music. So we use lyrics. So she would bring in lyrics that she liked, but Alanis Morissette or somebody that she liked. We would talk about the lyrics. We would say the lyrics. We would put them to our own music to make them her own, for example. And then I'd say, what do you like about these lyrics? How do they relate to your life? And then she began to tell me her story through music. Then we wrote her songs.
Sergeant, we got a rough case. I don't know what to say. It's a young lady, looks to be about 21, 22 years old, and no one can tell what's happened to her. She's just sitting in the corner, but she's all bloody and beat up, and the wall is bashed in out there. That's what we know, Sergeant.
Well, why don't we interview her, see what she says?
I've been trying to get her to talk for almost 3 hours. It took you 3 hours to get here. I don't understand.
I had a long lunch.
This is a violent case, sir. It's the middle of the day.
I won a contest. I won a contest for an extended lunch with a celebrity, and I couldn't miss it.
What celebrity was this?
Paul Giamatti. I couldn't keep Paul waiting.
We're in Cleveland. What's Paul Giamatti doing in Cleveland?
Flying for a contest. That's what he's doing here.
All right. Well, anyway, we gotta. I don't know how to get through this lady. I can't get her to talk, so I don't know what we're gonna try. So let's.
Hello over there.
Are you talking to me? Because I don't really want to talk to either one of you.
She lives.
I've been trying to talk to you for 2.5 hours. You didn't say a word to me. How come you talk to him?
Because this guy showed up and I like him.
What makes you suddenly like him? What was the problem with me? I didn't meet Paul Giamatti.
I felt very pressured by you.
You're in a bad way. You're in bad shape. I'm very worried. I'm trying to get information about what happened so we could investigate and help you.
Well, I'd like to tell you in the form of a metaphor, if that's all right. But I think this guy who loves Paul Giamatti would probably really get it.
I love poetry.
Okay, I like poetry too. I don't like Paul Giamatti.
You're just saying that now.
I know. It seems like you're just saying that because this guy showed up and he knows and loves.
Well, you like him. I want to be liked too, okay? It's not so much about just about the case. I'm a human being and I want to be liked.
Look, just accept that you're the bad cop, all right? You're obviously the bad cop. I am the good cop.
I guess he's got a point.
He must have a point because you just got so friendly and social once he showed up. I'm in here with a notepad. I'm trying to talk gently. I'm crouched.
Corporal, there's a lot of things you got to learn about interrogation.
I don't even know what you did. You just asked what's going on.
It's called aura.
What's that?
It's called aura.
This guy's got aura.
He's got the aura. He's got it. And I saw it immediately. And I am so sorry that you don't have it, but I have no trouble. Let me give you the metaphor since you're the one that started this whole thing.
Yeah, please. Let me get something. Let me get that piece of information, please.
The tree is tall and reaches to the sky. Its roots into the ground. Get it?
Mm. I get it because I got aura. I have an aura that you guys can't detect.
But there's more.
Oh, I knew that.
There's bark.
I didn't snap like you did.
The bark is falling off. No one knows why.
Yeah, snapping.
Get it?
Do you get it?
Are these are riddles or poems?
The get it's kind of part of it.
Is that a question?
I don't.
So your aura just got very, very big.
Well,
your aura it expanded in front of my eyes.
I responded to your art, ma'am.
That means a lot.
Oh my gosh, you're crying.
It's all right.
I also respond to your art. I respond to your poetry. Read my aura. How's my aura doing?
I think your aura is contracting.
What? I'm in an expansive mood right now.
Calm down.
I'm in an expansive.
Whoa! Slow down there.
Is that the problem? I'm too expansive. Is it offensive?
Well, it's an interesting teal color, which I've never seen.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
You were so quiet for like almost 3 hours.
What color am I?
Well, you're just like a rainbow, sir. You've got the Paul Giamatti rainbow hues about you.
Oh, stop.
Well, you said mine is teal?
It's teal, which I love.
That's a vibrant color.
Teal's a very vibrant color.
Come on.
You should feel good about it.
That's about as vibrant as a rainbow. Teal by itself is about as vibrant as a rainbow. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
See?
It's easily as vibrant as a rainbow. And while I was sitting there brooding and not responding to you,
yeah,
your aura kept changing, and I just waited for it to become teal, and now it did. And I think you're locked in now.
I don't know what, you know what I mean? Maybe I was cycling through aura colors. I was like, which aura color? I didn't realize. Maybe I didn't.
Maybe I should just take responsibility for my withholding.
I see now what's going on. Violent attack on a psychic. You're an aura reader, aren't you?
Oh my God, he's good.
I knew it. We've had a string of them lately. Attacks on psychics and fortune tellers in the area. It's obvious.
You're breaking this case? You're cracking this case already? You just got here.
Did you listen to the metaphor?
Did you listen at all?
I snapped, didn't I? I snapped.
You were late.
I didn't know there was a protocol.
Well, it seemed like you just had to think about it a little bit longer than I expected as a psychic. I
really wanted to deeply consider. I was deeply considering the metaphor that you made. And I was just doing surface level snaps, giving snaps away.
There's a little bit more to the metaphor if you don't mind. I just have to finish it.
Please.
There was a pond nearby and frogs jumping from lily pad to lily pad.
I feel like you're antagonizing her.
Oh my God, that went through me like nails. Like
you're disrupting her aura.
What is my aura right now?
She can't even see it. You're disrupting her powers.
See,
Corporal, maybe it's better if I conducted the interrogations from now on.
I'm sorry. He's right.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, because now I have a crush on you.
Oh.
What?
He's the bad cop and you're somebody that I...
Whoa, everything switched all of a sudden. Yeah.
Ha-ha.
Fuck Paul Giamatti. Or scene. I don't know. Perfect.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone to the psychics. It just felt like had to justify it somehow.
I had a great time.
That's where we went.
That's where we went.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Do you do any music, Aaron?
I don't do a lot of. I play piano.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How long? Since you're a kid?
I played when I was really young, but then I had a long break. I did musical theater in the meantime and a cappella, and then I did some more jazz piano in college.
Oh, that's beautiful. I make music, but I never learned to play an instrument. I compose songs by beatboxing and like looping and layering my own voice. I'll do that, and I'm a rapper. I've been a rapper my whole life.
So that takes a lot of, I think that I admire that very much, because when you're trained as a musician, all of that stuff becomes even scarier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the only thing, because I knew I'd been making music for so long that I was like, I don't have, this was in my mind, I don't have the 3 years minimum it'll take me to become proficient at this, at at guitar, piano to write my own songs. I'm just going to learn to do it this way. But I wish I could. I wish I could play an instrument. I'd love it.
I mean, the voice, right?
You already do.
I can sing a
You
little
are the
bit.
instrument.
I'm okay. Yeah. I am the instrument. Well, okay. So I have so many more questions, but I want to know where your practice went after. At what point did you transition from music therapy to what you're doing now?
Music therapy, I loved it so much, but to get a little bit more broad in terms of zooming out in terms of the world, it was becoming harder and harder to make a living at it because healthcare was changing. It was becoming less and less of a thing that people would pay for, people meaning insurance companies. Whereas social work was a degree where you could get a lot of work and you could kind of write your own, you could just create your own thing.
Wow.
So I got a degree in social work, and I was doing music therapy in the realm of social work, doing creative stuff. And that's what I did ever since, wherever anybody would have me. But having a private practice, I would just do music if that was called for.
Wow.
That's
okay.
What
So you started at what point did you start your own private practice? Is that life stage or is that a different thing?
So life stage came out of my private practice because I realized that I wanted just to do creative work with people to help them shape their lives, like help people find their own creativity within themselves instead of, I love traditional therapy. I think it's great. And I've had a lot of my own traditional therapy, but my therapists were always like theater artists and social work and psychotherapists or psychodramatists or therapists that used creativity in a really like serious way. So I knew that was the most activating form of therapy to help somebody kind of wake up to what their potential might be or to come out of what they were going through as a person that was an expanded person. So am I making sense?
You are making sense.
When you tap your creative self, it changes you in a very, in a more holistic way that regular talk therapy might not ever tap into.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You started playing piano when you were young.
Yeah.
So I think all three of us here were probably. This is the perspective I have right now, and you tell me what you think about this. It's hard for me to understand somebody who isn't fulfilled in that way, who hasn't tapped into their creativity, and because I've only been that my whole life. I've never had a time in my life where where creativity wasn't the center of my life. Maybe when I was a young child, but I mean, children are inherently connected to that. So I think most people are not connected to that, I guess, at least in the Western world. Most people are not connected to that. And I have no frame of reference for that because that's so not my experience. I wonder for you, did you always feel creative in your life, Aaron?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of performing it when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
Basically. I mean, not literally on stage, but like I feel like that was kind of always the thing.
Jude, where does theater enter into the equation, or was it always there?
It was always there.
Or theater and or comedy.
I hope I've been funny my life because I like being funny. Yeah. But I grew up in Wisconsin, and I would always audition for any play that was happening, partly because where I grew up, there wasn't a lot of fun things to do. And that would be the most fun thing to do would be to be in a play or a musical or perform. Yeah. And so I discovered that early on in high school and so on. And I was always a singer and I performed that way. And theater was just the side. I mean, my first semester in music school, I was in an opera in The Marriage of Figaro. And I just walked into it and did it. So it was always a part of me that I wanted to be expressed and that I wanted to do something that I'd never done before and that would be hard so that I could get better at it. I've always had that in me. And to do something creative is that, like to just tap into the unknown and be uncomfortable until that creative muscle becomes a part of you. And that's what I try to use. I would try to use creativity to help people tap into something that's uncomfortable and is on the edge of what they're used to doing.
How do you know that? maybe you weren't pursuing that consciously when you were in high school, or maybe you were, but how do you know to do that? Do you come from a creative family?
I come from a family that is creative and very repressed about it.
Whoa.
So for a quick example, my dad had a lot of tragedy growing up, and my mom did too. They both had a lot of early loss. And so my dad was born in 1913. So he would be many hundreds of years old at this point. But he quit school at 8th grade because he had lost his mom. He had lost a brother. He then lost his house. And he just quit and went and was building roads all across the Midwest because cars were becoming a thing at this point. And he learned to play the guitar and sing. And he was so good playing and singing. He could have been a performer. He could have. But he would perform for us. And he had 8 kids and on a farm. We did not have money, but we had, and my mom also sang. So they sang together, and they would sing these cowboy songs, these folk songs. And honestly, maybe that's where my music therapy heart was born, because it was a difficult family. There was a lot of rules. And I think that's just how they kept in control of everybody. 8 kids in a house with 1 bathroom and 3 bedrooms. Oof. Just a lot of people tripping over each other all the time. Oh. Very poor. You know, my dad was a mechanic and a farmer. And, but when he would sing these songs, there'd be a side of him that would come out that was fun and joyful and so rich with ideas and memories. And he would tell these stories about being on the road with these men when he was a teenager. And we would listen like we were in Carnegie Hall. It was so amazing and they would sing together, my parents. And everybody was happy. And we were happy about the same thing at the same time. And if we were crying about the songs, which we'd cry at the same place, in the same song, every time, but it felt like we were feeling together. There weren't a lot of times like that in our family. That would be one. Or I realized
when your
music,
dad would be singing,
when he would sing, and my mom and dad would sing together. They got along well, but they were harsh. They were harsh parents. It was just a harsh environment because of being poor and having a lot of people and a lot of rules just to keep control of everything. Yeah. That's what it really felt like it was about. It was about control. So there was a lot of creativity that was compressed and became you had to be very Catholic. Like I sang in church. Mm-hmm. I could sing out my heart if I was in church, but not very anywhere else. But when my parents would sing, and my dad especially, we would just see a side of them that was real, like who they really were as people. And that made me really want to do that with people.
Marjorie, you're too tough of an old broad. You're alienating everybody, Marjorie.
Oh, yeah. Come on, you know you love it.
I love you. You're my wife, but the people of the church you're bruising them, okay? Like the skin of a ripe peach. You're bruising people, Marjorie.
Bam! Oh, I can't help myself.
Don't do a soundscape to your interpersonal. Marjorie, you're creative. You're a brilliant woman, but you're doing you're hurting people's feelings, okay?
You're too harsh on the pulpit, Marge.
But
you get up, they ask you oh God, they ask you, God help us. They ask you to go up and read one Bible verse, and you're up there just looking daggers in everybody. No?
Sometimes you start saying stuff about sinners, and I think, well, that's something I did.
Well, it's something I saw.
That
makes me feel real bad.
Curly, I apologize on behalf of my wife, Marjorie. Marjorie, you're making people feel bad. Look at Curly.
Tom,
Curly's a mess.
Tom, thank you for saying that. Thank you for apologizing to me.
I meant every word of it. I'm sure Marjorie, if she could let out the softness that I know she has at home.
Well, it's not easy for me.
You're gritting your teeth, Marjorie.
To not just take a fist, a spiritual fist,
Marjorie,
and just put it right up against your nose.
You're a woman of the Lord,
and
Marjorie.
just say, Jesus doesn't love it.
Curly is.
Curly. Jesus doesn't love it.
He's distraught.
When you spend all your money at the track.
You see, now that comes off personal, don't it, Tom?
Well, Curly, do you spend all your money at the track?
Well, Oh, shucks.
Marjorie, you can't be calling out people's sins and faults like this, okay? Especially not in the church parking lot. We're trying to get to our Buick.
Whatever happened to they know not what they do?
Whatever happened to they know not what they... You're making my voice go weird.
Marjorie, you're growing, and so I feel like you're an inch taller or somehow.
I am. I'm expanding.
Marjorie.
Oh, my...
Don't expand in judgment, Marjorie.
The power of the Lord is within her.
The Spirit has expanded me.
Don't be righteously judging people and growing in spirit, Marjorie.
Oh,
we have to go to brunch. Okay?
I see now the error of my ways, Marge. Please
Curly,
forgive me.
Curly, protect yourself. I can't protect you in the spirit engorges and enlarges Marge. Marge is filled with the spirit right now. She's filled with the spirit.
I can't stop it now.
He's too expansive for her.
Marjorie is filled with a heavenly
Let him
glowing
go,
spirit.
Marge. Let him go.
I'm safe as her husband, who she loves and cherishes, but everybody else, my God, the wrath of God is
The
coming
only way
upon
to
you.
stop this expanding is to tell you one more sin.
Oh, you're growing wings, Marjorie. You're an archangel
I don't know
now.
if I can
more
take
sin
it.
in ya.
All right, hit me.
Okay, Curly.
Oh, you're just in a shadow now. You're just engulfed
In the shadow of the valley of death.
Oh, Curly. You shouldn't have been speeding on Route 95. You were going 100 and 110 miles an hour.
She's become clairvoyant and omniscient, all-seeing, all-eye.
This is helping me. I'm losing some of my...
You're
I'm
coming back right
down.
size, right size,
Oh, my
Marjorie.
God. Thank God.
Oh, my
I thought I was
dear.
just going to explode all over this parking
You're
lot.
fully
dear
opaque
wife.
again. You are becoming semi-translucent there.
My dear wife, you were becoming a creature of a different realm.
Well,
See, Curly, it's for your own good.
It's for your own
I'll
good,
admit,
Curly.
Marge, I do feel a little better.
You've repented.
Glory be.
Glory be. All right. I'm sorry you got struck by lightning.
That's okay.
See? One second. Aaron, do you have a question for Jude? If not, it's okay.
Oh, you have a question for me?
Well, I have a comment,
Okay.
Mhm.
which is that my father's a therapist as well, but he doesn't use
I didn't know
music.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a social worker, psychologist?
Marriage therapist, and he also works in elder care. And-
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Another cross section between us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recognize a kinship between Jude and your dad, or do you I don't know, I feel like therapists are very specific kinds of people, but I could just be making that up.
Yeah, no, I do feel like there's some kind of sort of mutual energy there. But he would only whistle.
Okay. Does he whistle? Is he a
He
whistler?
whistles.
Nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't really sing per se.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I want to jump to this because I really want to get into it. I love. It's been great to talk about the music and the therapy, and having your own practice is so interesting. But I want to get into a lot of what you're doing now, which I think it still involves music, still involves practice. Okay, these are the things I know, and then fill in the gaps for me.
Okay.
You're still doing your practice. It still involves music. There's a big storytelling element. There's an improv element. You're teaching, you're facilitating, probably doing corporate gigs as well. This is the sort of wash of things I kind of half know. Please fill in the blanks, because I think when I came across you, maybe your only Instagram account is from your company. I don't know if you have a separate one.
It is the company.
But I was like, what is this? What's going on here? So I want to know about that.
So I'll try to sum this up as briefly as I can. So your dad and I have one thing in common, I think, besides working in mental health, is that whenever you're working to help somebody make a change, you're really tapping into their creativity. Even if that's not what he would call it, that's I just use that terminology, is that I'm going to use some creative techniques. So when I started getting
I'm going to turn the mic a little bit.
When I started really getting involved with improv, it was because I was fascinated by it. I went to an improv show, saw it. I said, I have to understand how they're doing that. And
Wow.
as a musician, I was very afraid of it I was always afraid even of jazz improvisation because I was just trained to never make a mistake and to be perfect. And everybody can hear your mistakes in music. So it made me want to...
Oh, in music.
Music,
tell
everyone
me about
can
it.
hear
Everybody can just hear my mistakes, period. Go
well,
ahead.
people can hear your mistakes in life. But rolling with mistakes and just rolling with just trying things, I wanted to get better at that myself. And that's why I was always working with the creative process with people, like to soften those edges. And so when I discovered improv and the tools of improv, the techniques, and how it develops, I realized like that is really how people change. Is that all those defenses come down? We really listen to each other. We really tune in to something that is really beyond our ego. If you're doing it in a way that's really fun. And then we're more malleable. We're able to actually imagine realities that we might not be able to from our rational mind. So that became a way to tap into things with people, and to just help people imagine a reality, even to themselves, as in a way that they hadn't before. But I would use like using communication skills, all the little tools and tricks. They're not little. They're actually very sophisticated tools that improvisers use in order to improvise are what we're using in real life if we're spontaneous and we're open to what's really happening at every moment and not in a sort of mechanical rote sort of mindset or self-protective mindset, right? So all creation really comes from that open, expanded mindset. And that's what I worked, no matter what I was using, whether it was music. I use less music, more improv, almost entirely. But what happened with storytelling, I was always a performer. So I just always, when I learned about the storytelling universe, all these different shows that started kind of popping up in 2010, 2011.
Like The Moth.
I studied with Kevin Allison, who created Risk.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And I knew Kevin right when he was starting Risk back in those days. And there were a lot of shows that were just developing and popping up around the city. And that I really took to to me, a song is a story. So it was taking if I didn't have a guitar or an opportunity to sing, so you could tell a story. And I also used the idea of transformation as a therapist. I used to be this way and now I'm this way. How did I get there?
I get a question about, well, first of all, I want to know what kind of music are you into personally? What is?
I am very much a Broadway baby.
Really?
Yeah. I love Cole Porter and all those old fashioned kind of songs. I love James Taylor. I love Carole King.
So in Love am I? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in love. Yeah. And I love
Carole King. Yeah.
And Joni Mitchell.
Okay.
And I love Brenda Carlisle.
Okay. Is that the same era? Brenda Carlisle is more recent.
She's now.
Yeah. But she's of that.
But you remember she did a show with Joni Mitchell. She did Joni Mitchell's Blue album, beginning to end. And she had Joni Mitchell there, and I watched the whole. She did it she made a video of it.
Last week, our guest was, I haven't posted her show yet, but our guest was Jenny Bareilles.
No.
Who is the sister of
Sarah.
Bareilles.
Really?
And she performs with Patrick McCartney.
Yes.
And they do a two-prov.
Yep.
She's wonderful.
Wow.
That's the preceding episode.
Okay.
Yeah. That's beautiful. What's your favorite kind of music, Aaron?
I love me some bossa nova.
Really?
I'm a big fan.
Wow.
In the last maybe 5 years, I got really into it.
Wow. I feel like
Also into like funk R&B.
nice. Okay. That's your wheelhouse. You like things that are groovy, funky, jazzy, chill.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah. I love hip hop, but I'm an art kid, so I really also love like arty garage rock. I love anything in that kind of template world, and I love Prince. Prince is my Prince is my favorite everything. Yeah, I love Prince. Beautiful. Okay, so you were already interested in and participating in the storytelling world. Then you find improv, and this is all in the course of you're still doing your practice of
Right.
music therapy and social work.
Right.
Yeah.
My life is, I'm sort of compressing all these different things into one thing. But as I was doing private practice, I was also doing, when you said corporate, mostly what I would do was be training in not-for-profits. So like I did training for the New York Public Library. I did training for Memorial Sloan Kettering. For big organizations, they would want, I don't know if they asked for a creative person, but they were happy to have improv-ish or not music. I wasn't doing music with them, but to help people develop their emotional intelligence, their listening, their communication, and have fun while they were in a training. So I did a lot of that. And LifeStage as a company was more and more became about offering those things to the world in various ways. So anybody that some social service organization might hire me to come in and work with their staff, or I might come in and work with their clients using improv and sometimes music, but mostly I do music and storytelling now.
What are those? Are those non-for-profits? You said mostly.
Yeah, anybody.
What are those companies looking for usually when they hire you? What is the specific thing that they are trying to give to their employees or add to their culture?
Often they were looking for their employees to take better care of themselves, for wellness, for ideas, and to not burn out.
Wow.
So that's a very broad idea. To not burn out is a very big question. So it's to have joy and fun.
What made you laugh just now?
Yeah.
I just love the idea that like a company is like, listen, we could give you a Christmas bonus. What would really help you with burnout is if you took a workshop.
You do this workshop. Yeah. It'd be better if they give that bonus. At least it's something. At least they're giving something to them that seems like it'll help them. And it's probably giving them skills for the long term. But yeah, also give them a vacation. Yeah. That's beautiful. Okay. So wait a minute. I feel like I just interrupted you in the middle of something. You were saying that you do these workshops with them. They're looking for wellness stuff. Okay. Pick me up from there.
Well, I was just trying to segue into like what LifeStage really is, which is,
Please.
And now since the pandemic, I will say LifeStage really branched out into teaching people who never thought they would do improv in their life just to cheer people up. I started doing free classes online.
During the pandemic. Wow.
During the pandemic, because people were just trapped at home. And I started doing free improv classes just for people to meet each other and have fun. And from that, I learned how to do it. Like I learned how to teach improv online. And then some of those, and a lot of social workers started taking classes at that time during the pandemic. One, to boost their own spirits, to elevate themselves, and also to think in a new way.
I feel like this is an awful thing to say, but there is a kind of innocence that the pandemic had in the things that people were willing to do during that time, like things they wanted to learn, things they wanted to try, people baking sourdough bread. There was something about that time where we all kind of reverted to very simple things, just watching each other's live streams and huge Zooms about different, you know what I mean? Like taking walk. I just took a lot of walks. Mm-hmm. That was an activity for me in the pandemic, was just taking walks. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's interesting.
But I think that people tried things like there were organizations that were looking for like a free talk to give to people, like a lunch and learn for people they'd offer. They'd say, can you just talk about the mental health benefits of improv? And it would be live streamed to people that were part of their world.
Yeah.
And people would then say, oh, I'd like to try that. And they would find me. And some of them still take classes with me. But that's how I learned that you can teach improv online. And then I learned that I can teach improv. Before that, I was doing more applied improv. Like, how can we use these improv tools for real life?
I don't mean to interrupt you guys. I know you're having lunch, but my name is Thompson, and I just talk to people during their lunch. So you guys go ahead and enjoy your lunch, and I'll just be talking to you, at you. You can talk back to me or not, but I'll just be talking while you're doing your lunch. You know.
Oh.
You're having your
wow,
little
that's such an unusual
Jimmy John's sandwiches. I'll just be talking.
Well, I don't mind if he talks.
I guess that's fine. We can just keep talking about what we were talking about.
We could just talk about our best friend who's going through a really hard time.
Yeah.
So the thing about the trains is they say stand clear of the closing doors. It's really rude when people don't clear the way when the doors open, and and also they hold up the train when they hold the doors. You guys can just enjoy your sandwiches. I'm gonna keep talking. Man, it is sometimes people don't get out of the way of the trains.
I guess I'm a little worried about him because I haven't heard from him in a couple days.
I know, and sometimes he just
get out
checks
of the way. Just like move out of the way when people are getting off the train. Then you can get on the train.
Sorry, are you talking to us?
Yeah, do you want us to engage with you?
I'll just talk, and if you guys want to talk to me,
well,
I just to be clear, I'm not currently doing the talk now. Now I'm talking to you, so I've interrupted the talk that I had prepared. If you guys want to engage and interrupt during that talk, feel free. But I just have topics I'm going to talk about.
Oh, well, it was a prepared talk. That
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I have bullet points. Some of these I've really rehearsed very tightly. Some of these things I just have bullet points that I know the talking points.
I'm open to hear a bullet point.
I'd feel bad sitting here and not hearing you out.
People run to the train. When they hear a train coming, they'll run. Whether or not they know if that's even their train, maybe they're going downtown and uptown, but they'll run. They just hear something and then they'll just start to run. You guys can feel free to enjoy your drinks and sandwiches and chips. And they'll just start to run. They'll just start to run to the train.
I'm caught up with thinking about whether our friend Rob was running to the train at some point.
And so, sometimes I'll think,
did he run to the train?
Did he get on? Or did he make it? Did he make it?
Because maybe
he was on his phone at the time.
Train. What are you in a rush for?
Sorry, it's just a little hard to go through this when we only have like 5 more minutes for lunch.
Just during your lunch, I'll be talking.
Right.
We know that we've noticed. We're aware. And if you have more bullet points that you'd like to, we could pause.
Yeah, I like to talk about trains. I have a whole section about pudding that is different from the train section that I've been working on.
I see.
Not as interested, but okay.
I have a daughter. She doesn't live with me, but she likes to color, so I like to talk about children and coloring.
Excuse me, sir. Are you getting paid to do this by our employer?
I just like to talk during people's lunch.
We could use a raise.
Maybe it's a tip thing.
Maybe it's a tip thing, but perhaps our boss hired this guy to entertain us on our lunch hour instead of giving us a bonus.
I was wondering why it was a free lunch.
I mean, come on. This is the cheapest free lunch we've had.
There's literally
but
no such thing.
There's no such.
I don't know what company you work for. I have no connection to your company at all. I will accept tips, but that's not why I'm doing this.
You're doing this for
pro bono?
For pro bono?
Just like to talk. It's a practice I'm working on. It's I don't know if I'd call it an art form. It's something different than that.
I don't think it's an art.
No.
I just like to, while people are having lunch, I just like to show up and talk,
It's intrusive is what it is, but
do you want us to keep talking while you talk?
Is that
or
part
are we
of
supposed
the
to
form?
be
This
quiet?
is your lunch. This is your lunch. However you want to conduct your lunch, have your lunch. I have no.
I swear this is Mr. Riley's game. He's playing with us. He hired this guy.
He said he doesn't take tips or anything. He doesn't I don't know.
They're never honest with us. They're never telling us the truth.
Have your lunch the way you want.
Why don't you tell our boss, instead of giving you a check for this, whatever this is, to entertain us, we should just get a Christmas bonus for once in our lives.
I don't know where either of you work. I hadn't assumed. I thought you were just having lunch. I didn't know you were on a lunch break. I'm simply stationed. I pick a station to start talking.
You just walked into a building where you had to check in and you had to give your security ID, and then you just found.
I had to actually drive back home to get my ID. I'd left it at home.
And then you found a spot in our cafeteria here at this big corporation.
It's a lot of security to get in here. I have no business here.
But they saw something and they let you in.
Someone let you in.
I gave them my identification and I signed in. They asked me where I was going and I just started talking.
Right. Well, and they just wanted to get away from you.
They said just move along.
They would just go there and bother those people, which you've done. You've accomplished that. So
in my professional life, I am an actuary.
I'm really worried about him.
Oh my God. He was probably
He wanted to be an actuary.
He wanted to be an actuary, and he didn't make it.
Television.
He didn't take the test. He missed it.
One of the great inventions
of
the
always behind.
This is
20th century.
He's got to stop sabotaging himself.
God, I hope he's okay.
Oh my God! And he's not answering
our
text or our call.
among adults.
Sir, are you? have you
It's
ever
impossible to focus.
I really hope I'm not interrupting your lunch.
You are.
See? Man, that was so fun.
It's a great business idea.
just go in and start
Just start
riffing
talking.
on your I have an it's not really an art form. It's just my ideas. Oh my God.
Wow, that's great. That's beautiful. Yeah, I have an admiration. It's something I want to do, and I think I'm on the verge of doing. Is something I've been thinking about for a long time. Is starting my own business, and I have such admiration for the enterprise and entrepreneurial spirit. Is like, I don't know how long you've been doing Life Stage. At the beginning, was it like did you have a lot of trepidation? Did you have a lot of fear? Or was it like a natural extension? Maybe that's the culture of the work that you do, that people start their own practice and branch off on their own. I don't know.
I'll tell you the truth. I think I'm just really kind of a show off.
Awesome.
And I'm very confident about I really am not kidding. I'm very confident about the ideas I want to communicate. That doesn't mean I haven't had a ton of rejection, which I have. I mean, tons. I've gotten chosen for things and then the money just went away. Like there's a lot of ups and downs when you have your own thing, but I just want to do my own thing. I just want to do my own ideas and create ways to communicate them. So that's Life Stage took off and then it sank and then it took off. So I would do free stuff. I would give talks at churches.
Wow.
I would give talks at agencies for staff that would be, maybe they were in the addiction field and I had knowledge about that. So wherever I could kind of plug in, where I thought creativity would be useful to people or they would be open to it, or maybe they just hadn't thought of it this way, and make it fun. The idea, my thing is like mental health, it's hard to be human. It's really hard to go through painful things. Can you actually laugh and have fun during the process of healing? And can laughing and having fun make that process make you feel more yourself? I don't mean making fun of it. I mean finding some connection. How improv makes you kind of discover comedy, not invent it.
Yeah.
You're not inventing anything. You're discovering it. That feeling of discovery, that's what I would want to help people tap into. So I just did a lot of free talks, and that's how I started it. And then sometimes people would hire me, and then but it's been a lot of ups and downs. I mean, it's never not a struggle. And depending who's in charge in your state or your country, money goes away or money is. It's never really been flush. But I will say it started in the 80s, like when music therapy started not being funded as much, or any of the creative arts therapies, money started getting sucked out of those worlds.
Has that been consistent, or has it risen?
It's never gotten better. It just stabilizes, and then it's never gotten better.
Wow.
When I was a student, it was a great time. I mean, it was like people had interesting jobs. They were grant funded jobs that were real jobs that were working with people with real needs, and even people. I mean, that was before there were a lot of de-hospitalization of people with mental illness.
Right.
That was all when I was an intern and I was very young then. It never has gotten better. It's only become harder. So that's the struggle. I never want to stop doing this work, but I just want to do my own thing because I don't want to be at the mercy of a grant cut, because that's happened to me so many times.
Yeah. There's so much of that resonates with me.
But by the way, I think you should do the job of just showing up at a business and just talking at people, because you're really good at it.
Wow.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was so good
That
at
could
it.
be a real thing.
Really? That's so funny. I love that. I love that premise. I mean, I'm going to hold on to some part of that because, I do think a big thing that's on the way for me is starting my own business. I feel like life is thrusting me into that. So that might have been another. I've become so fascinated with entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a very big fascination of hip hop, and in hip hop in that culture.
Oh yeah.
And
you used to be in North Coast.
Yes.
Which is hip hop improv, for those who don't know.
Yes. Yeah. And those, and we were, even with that, like, I've been doing improv in New York for like 15 years, maybe more. I never have been in a house team anywhere in any theater. And I've always been very, very involved. And the only team that ever cast me was North Coast, which was an independent team. And there's something about, I wonder if you identify with this last name Wolf. There's something about me, like I feel like I'm a team player and a good cooperator, but there's something about me that God, whatever it is, does not want me to join a team. It wants me to do my own thing. Like everything is always pushing me out to do my own thing.
Because you feel like an outlier.
A little bit, yeah. And I'm not like, oh, these people are stupid, they don't know what they're doing. I don't have that attitude.
No, I don't hear you saying that at all.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to your podcast. I get that about you, that you want to do your own projects. And it might be, and sometimes I've tried for things that I don't get chosen and I'll feel super bad about it. Or I've gotten gigs that started out great and then it all just falls apart. If the infrastructure falls apart, it goes away. It might not be personal at all. It could be sometimes new leadership comes in and they don't want this. They didn't want the thing the other people wanted. There's all kinds of cofactors. But the desire to do your own thing is something that if it's in you, it's in you. And then sometimes that's where you're being, if there is a force that kind of gets you into a lane, things start to flower when you stay in that lane. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's fulfilling and it's interesting and there's nothing like it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big adventure and it's a tough road. You're on a tough road there, Jimmy. On a tough road.
Yeah. What about it?
He gets a little defensive about, people saying the life is tough.
I'm a musician, Dad. What else is it going to be? A walk in the park?
I'm worried about your future. Your mom is supportive of this and that's great. And I wish I could come aboard, Nancy. Just in general I wish I could come aboard to the family because we've been divorced. But, you guys are together and I'm watching from the outside, but I'm still your dad.
Frank, you have your own lost dreams to deal with. I think that's what's really going on here.
I just know how much pain I was in. I'm sorry I don't get out of the car. I have to go. But I want you guys to hear me. Okay, but
off he goes.
I have appointments. But son, just want you to, you know what I mean? I got the window rolled down so you can hear me.
He's going to give you the tough road talk. Go ahead.
It's a tough road, okay? I'm going to put up the window just a little bit more. Just close
I know, Dad. Look, you've told me this 1,000 times, all right? Why can't you just trust that I know how to play myself? I am my instrument, Father.
Well, because I toiled at the bagpipes for 37 years and it didn't get me anywhere but divorced.
Well,
Nancy,
you can only listen to the bagpipes so many hours a day.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Who do you think you're owning right now?
I don't know anymore. All right, scene. All right, good. I wanted to get one more scene. Okay. Tell. How do people find you, Jude?
I would love it if people would check out my podcast, which is fairly new. It's less than a year old, but it is called Improv in Real Life. And it's all these things I was talking about how the skills of improv relate to being a better communicator, a more authentic partner. There's different ways. And so every week it's every other week. Mm-hmm. There's a guest person who specializes in some area of improv that they use to help people in their real life.
That's amazing. Wonderful.
That's really fun. And I have a show on Long Island called Mostly True Things, which is on Long Island once a month. Come out and check out the show. And if you go to lifestage.me, all the things are there.
Nice. Lifestage.me. Where can people find you, Aaron?
You can find me at Link, our Doppelgangers comedy improv group, and also my vaudeville duo, Linker and Reed. Check us out.
Wonderful. And this is No Suggestion. You can find this podcast at nosuggestionpod.com. Say the name of your podcast one more time, Jude.
Improv in Real Life.
Improv in Real Life. This has been No Suggestion. We love you guys. Good night.
Thank you.